Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Another dark and gloomy day. In January it should be bright, sunshiny weather here where I am in South Africa, but it feels autumnal. It's very strange. So that's my little complaint. That's why I have the ring light on. We'll try and wrestle with it again today, even though I'm reading very early in the afternoon, unusually early for me. I am going to carry on with my year ahead series that I always do for the main players in the royal family, and the one that is being read on today is the Queen Camilla. I have the Tarot of the Golden Wheel out on the tarot table for her. We're going to have a look at her year ahead, 12 cards, the houses of the zodiac, married to the tarot for this particular reading. I have given some very specific instructions to universe for some of the houses, which you will see when I actually do the reading. And we are going to have a look and see how she is doing. Charles had his ups and his downs, and the downs seemed to have quite a lot to do with the Queen. And maybe her health, maybe stresses, and that kind of situation. So we're going to check now today. I feel like today is the right energy to have a look. And we're going to shuffle one more time apparently. There we go. And let's remind you, it's tarot for fun and entertainment. All my opinion, all speculation. Just read energy. Disclaimer in the box below. And well, as ever, it's a bit of a test of my abilities to get the cards out on the tarot table in some sort of decent order when I do these big spreads. And this is a 12 card one, as I have said. And see how we're doing. Those are the 12. We might have to shuffle them around a bit, push them up a bit. And there we are, more or less. And then underlying energy is her overall signifier for the year. Try to see what you can see, and maybe you can't see. Never mind. Two of Cups, underlying energy. Her signifier for the year, which is pretty positive. That's very much focused on her relationships with important people in her lives, primarily with her husband, the king, obviously, but also with other people she holds dear, children, friends, all those kinds of things are in that energy possibly. But it's good, it's bonded, it's connected. Let's do that, and that's better. It's connected, it's happy, it's comfortable, it's loving, it's feeling supported, the Two of Cups. So whatever is going on in her world, she has support around her, and she's loved and she loves. And so that's very important. I think that mostly that's what we wish for people, that they feel loved and supported in their lives. And so that's good energy. Her public profile, let's start the actual reading proper. And we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. That's not so great. For some reason, there is some sense of sadness around her that maybe people sense, that maybe people see. She might be grieving something. There might be, grieving something, someone, something. So some sadness associated with her, which is curious. Can't quite put my finger on what it might be. You might have suggestions in the comment section about what you feel that sadness could be. Odd energy, because she does seem to be quite popular by now. She's never going to be a roaring success, but she does seem to be getting along. People seem to have accepted her. So I think it's more personal sorrow than public sorrow. There's something there that's a little bit off in her energy. and which is interesting. I'm going to repurpose the second house, which is the house of money. Generally, it's the house ruled by Venus, worth, value, that kind of thing, your earned income. I've asked about her self-worth, her value in the royal family, her sense of self. So I've repurposed that, and we've got the King of Swords in reverse here. And again, it's difficult energy. The King of Swords is upright, is about being very clear, very wise, very decisive. It's not very positive. And the King of Swords is, of course, the king himself, because his official birthday is in June, tripping the color. And so he acquires some Gemini energy for himself, even though he's a Scorpio. The late queen, of course, was a Taurus who acquired some Gemini energy. And Gemini energy is pretty good if you're going to be a monarch, because it's intelligent energy, it's quite dispassionate energy, and you can see things strategically, and it's friendly energy as well. Of course, it enjoys people and enjoys things like that. There is something here to do. Oh, that's a hardy doll making a loud noise. With her perception of perhaps being a bit of a drag on the king. That's what's coming through for me in this reading. I have avoided doing this reading. I haven't wanted to do it, I have to say. Her energy bothered me as an energy reader. Her energy bothered me a lot in that behind the scenes documentary about the coronation. She was the one person that I really felt quite worried about at some points during that program. And I'm getting this energy. I'm getting this strange sadness. I'm getting the sense that she feels at some level like she might be a drag on him and on his energy. And I'm not getting it out of the fact that they've fallen out or any of that kind of thing. It's not that kind of energy. It's her own energy that feels like it's a drag on him. We're going to try and get to the bottom of it in this reading. That's why we do tarot. Dig around in these strange energies to see what's what. We'll try anyway. The third house is another one that I've repurposed. I've given it a very specific meaning of communication, and in the sense particularly of her own ability to communicate, her own thought processes, mental functions, those kinds of things that bothered me in that documentary. So let's see. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse, another tricky card. Interesting, we have this loving energy underpinning all of this. Very strong relationship, very strong loving relationship. And yet she has difficulty here. Eight of Swords, it's in the reverse. So it's wanting to get out of a situation she finds difficult. I think that she's finding this being the queen very, very, very difficult. I think she would like not to have the job. It's a situation that she would really like to get out of. There are parts of it that I think she finds quite lovely. For instance, some of her connections with the children, the book club that she's starting, the work that she's done with domestic violence and things like that, that she feels she derives some meaning from. But I think generally she's not one who wants to go out and give a speech. She's not one who wants to give interviews and be discussed and front page of the newspaper. She really doesn't want that. This is a situation, this having to do public speaking, having to be documented and followed around and all that kind of thing when she goes out and about. I think she'd like to get out of this, if at all possible. She might suffer from a terrible anxiety, and one of the thoughts that I had watching that documentary was she might have been quite heavily medicated to get her through the stress and the anxiety of this very public performance. Uncomfortable for her. She finds it uncomfortable. She's not a show-offy kind of a person. I think she'd be very happy to be quietly at home with grandchildren and dogs and mucking around and reading books and drinking her whatever she likes to drink, that kind of energy. So she's uncomfortable and she would like to get away from this energy. How about her home life? King of Wands, it's all fine. It's happy. It's sitting there with that Two of Cups. It's very similar energy. She enjoys her home life. She's happy at home. She feels invigorated at home. I think they get on very well. With that King of Wands, the King of Wands is quite dynamic energy. It's fun energy. I'm sure they laugh a lot. They keep each other entertained. They share their space together quite well. They've each got their own home where they go to when they need time out. How wonderful is that? We could all dream of such things. But the King of Wands is... It's a wonderful energy. The King of Wands is a wonderful character to have around because he's fun, he's exciting, he lifts your spirits, he's entertaining, he's a great raconteur, enjoys entertaining. So home front is lovely. This is dealing with the public. Is she good enough? Is she adding value to the monarchy? Is she okay when she's out and about giving speeches? How do people see her? And it might be the whole cloud of the Diana thing that hangs over her eternally. That Eight of Cups that I'm drawn back to. It could be that. But she's never going to shake that off, really. So that's all not great. How about her own fun? Her happiness. Repurpose the 5th house here for just fun, getting time out, having a good time, enjoying herself. We've got the 7 of Cups in reverse. Not wonderful, because the 7 of Cups upright is still got possibilities, a lot of adventures you can still have, a lot of things that you can still explore that might be quite fantastical and wonderful and you can dream about. But when the card is in the reverse, your daydreams are over. You're having to deal with the reality of a situation that might not be that wonderful. So she's definitely feeling that her wings have been clipped a bit, I think. I think she's the kind of person who likes to dream, who likes to slide away into a fantasy world. She's a water sign. Water signs do tend to like to do that. And she's not able to, as much as she might want to, indulge that aspect of herself. So yeah, her wings have been clipped, definitely. Her day-to-day life, her health, very important for her, I think. Her health, her day-to-day life, her routines, but mostly her health, 6th house. And we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is not a ginormous health issue, but she's at that stage in her life maybe, and her own health journey, where she's quite fixated on the past and on people that she's lost from the past. And I think that's why this 8 of Cups energy is in reverse. She might be dwelling on friends that she's lost, her brother that she lost, that make her quite sad. The 6 of Cups is in reverse. It's a sad energy. It's a reminiscing. It's memories of things past. People you've lost, old times that are gone forever. She's feeling nostalgic. She's feeling a little bit sad. She might be spending quite a lot of time in her day-to-day life quite fixated on the past, on the things that have happened in the past and that she can't revisit, and that she's lost people from her past that she's lost. Even things like old boyfriends, ex-husbands, that kind of thing. So there is a sadness around her, and I think it's a natural sadness. It's a natural sadness that comes from the passage of time, that we all go through. We all have phases where we think, oh, the good old days, and remember so-and-so and what it was like when that was all happening and the kids were young and, all things were possible. Things aren't possible now. We've gone from 7 of Cups in reverse to 6 of Cups in reverse. She's facing the reality of the passage of time. Time is not on her side, but it's not concerning me as such. It's more, I think, an emotional state that she's in right now than a physical state of discomfort. Marriage, what's going on? We've got the 2 of Cups there, but are there problems here? 6 of Wands in reverse. It's again the same energy that I'm picking up with that King of Swords in reverse. 6 of Wands upright is great renown and accomplishment and fame and success and the crowds cheering for you. But she sees her marriage as a kind of a defeat. And I think ultimately she might have preferred to carry on being the mistress, stay out of the picture, stay at home, and instead of having to be wheeled out at all these state occasions where she feels she doesn't belong, she feels she's a bit of a problem. Even though, as I say, I think people have moved on. By and large, people do forgive, ultimately. We'll probably see that in 10 years' time with Has Been as well. To some extent, not enormously, I don't think. But Six of Wands in reverse, she feels again that she is a liability. That's the word I've been scratching around for. I don't think it's true, but that's her sense of it. And I don't think the marriage is failing here with the Six of Wands in reverse and that people are criticizing them and all the rest of it. But it's her own sense. I'm tapped into her energy, into her own sense of things. How about change? How her life has changed. Transformation, 8th house. King of Wheels, King of Pentacles. Well, she's now dealing with a partner who is the king. There he is, King of Wheels. We've got 3 kings who've shown up here. Isn't that interesting in this reading? Out of a possible 12, well, 13 cards really, we have 3. 2 upright, King of Wands at home, great. This is also good, the King of Wheels. He's achieved his high status now, Charles. He is on the throne. He is there. He's going to last. He's going to endure with the King of Wheels, which is the King of Pentacles. He's there. He's arrived. He's stable. He's solid in that position. And I think that a lot of this anxiety that's in this reading is worrying about that. Would he take? Would people rise up and overthrow him? You know, bring out the tumbrils and the pitchforks and all that kind of stuff. And they haven't. Because they're not the kind of people who would do that. Good old Capricorn country, not going to do that. So he's there and he's secure. And she needs to relax and breathe and deal with what is. And what is that she's now has a King of Wheels in her life. And it's positive, it's good. If she can just relax about it and enjoy it at some level. Enjoy the pomp and circumstance. Enjoy all of that kind of stuff. Enjoy the trips abroad. Is she going to? 9th house. The trips abroad. 2 of Wands. Even though we have 2 rams butting heads here in the card, the 2 of Wands is a positive card. It's normally somebody who is holding the globe in their hand and looking out at the world. That's normally how Rider-Waite does things. And it's planning. So provided things are planned well, everything is going to be fantastic. They might argue about things, and that's normal. Couples argue about things, but they have this enduring love underneath. 2 of Cups. Great. They might have differences of opinion about the plans and things like that, but they're minor. They're really minor. The 2 of Wands isn't normally a card where you argue about things and test each other. It's normally a collaboration. It's okay, we're a joint venture, we're going out, and they are equals. You can see how they are equals in this. She's going out as an equal with the king to have her adventures abroad, wherever they're going. I think Australia and Canada. They managed France. She did very well, even with old Brigitte Macron. She wore her Dior. She looked splendid. She looked quite good. She managed to wow the French, not a small accomplishment. And so she'll be okay. This is not glory. This isn't, you know, ticker parade and crowds lining the street and cheering, but it'll do. I love it. It's good enough. Given all this energy around here, which is quite negative and fearful and anxious, she's okay. How about her role as queen? 10th house. How's she doing there? 3 of Wheels in reverse. She doesn't want it. She really doesn't want it. I keep getting this energy. It's work she doesn't want. The 3 of Wheels, 3 of Pentacles is a collaboration, is team effort, is, all the people you've got to deal with behind the scenes, I should imagine, planning and diaries and clothes and all that stuff. When, as I say, she'd like to be lying on her bed with a fag in her mouth, probably. I'm sure she doesn't smoke anymore. Reading a book, dogs on the bed, in her pajamas. But no, got to deal with all the stuff. People managing her, organizing her. She doesn't like it. Again, the feeling that she doesn't belong in this team, that she's an outsider. Even though it was very important that they had Princess Anne on that documentary saying how well she's doing, her old foe on the love scene. They were both rivals for the same man. But she just feels out of place. A constant theme in this reading. And it just keeps confirming itself. How about her own private dreams, hopes, friendships, things that she really values and believes in and feels passionate about? We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Again, the sense of them being cut out from her, quite brutally. Things that she might no longer feel that she's able to indulge in with that Knight of Swords in reverse. Upright, the Knight of Swords, fast and furious energy, very excitable, who flies in fast and gets things done and passionate. And it's very much, for me, in a positive sense, the Knight of Swords is the knight that comes to your rescue when you're in trouble. So I think there are causes that are dear to her heart that she's had to let go of, that she might feel quite upset about, and it might have been quite brutally done. No, you can't do that anymore, doesn't look good, or you don't have time, or whatever, doesn't suit the new role, drop it. And she might feel bad about that, and she might feel that she's been treated quite harshly at some level by someone, one of these Three of Wheels people perhaps. How about what's hidden? Hidden is mental health, hidden is your shadow self, that you don't want to look at, or hidden can be hidden from us as well in these royal readings. What's going on behind the scenes for us? Page of Swords, it's same energy. It's just this, she's very insecure. The Page of Swords is an insecure energy. It's somebody who feels that they're about to be attacked, and so they're always on high alert. They're always looking over their shoulder. They're always expecting people to be critical of them, and so they probably try and overcompensate and arm themselves with stuff to fight back if they need to fight back. So it's that sense of not being grand enough or powerful enough for the position that she's found herself in. Because a page is just a very low grade kind of a person. We've got 3 kings in this reading. We don't have a queen. So we have somebody who is queen, who doesn't feel like she deserves to be queen, feels like she's a drag on the monarchy, a liability. She's not, she's loved. And I think she's loved more than just by Charles at this point. I think she'd be surprised by how well-intentioned people are possibly towards her, more so than they were 10, 15 years ago, obviously. So it's her own sense of insecurity and of not being good enough that is coming through here. That is the way I'm reading the cards. Those are the cards that have shown up for this reading. And thank you for watching, and we wish her well. And I'll see you on the next one.